This society is full of addicts, and it's troubling. Our society today is nothing but a pipeline to addiction.
This is now the backbone of the American economy, and this is the guy who runs it, and it's not good. OnlyFans is by far the most profitable company in America. The company generates $156 million per employee. Compare that with all these other companies that we think of as powerhouses like NVIDIA, the chip maker, or Alphabet, Google, Walt Disney, Walmart. It's not even close. And so just think about the implications. What happens to society when we have an economy built off of getting normal people to do and consume adult content? Well, first we get mass loneliness, where men are dropping thousands of dollars on OnlyFans to just feel some kind of human connection with women. And on the other side, the girls are getting their soul sucked out of them. This particular creator says that she feels dead inside, doesn't feel any attraction to men anymore. Yeah, men and women don't want to have actual intimacy anymore. Look at the numbers. Only 37% of adults are having sex weekly or more, compared to 55% in 1990. In fact, the lack of social connection is more deadly than smoking 15 cigarettes a day, or drinking, or not working out, being obese, and much, much worse than air pollution. And just
Especially amongst young people. So much addiction. Right? Every advert currently that is targeting the young generation, it has something to do with addictive substances or addictive activities, if that makes any sense. The big one right now is gambling. And this worries me. It worries me. Especially towards younger men. This is the society we are living in.
This is a public health emergency happening, and we're not talking about it yet.
Harry Levant is a gambling addiction therapist and leading voice on the public health impacts of online sports betting. A decade ago, Levant was a trial lawyer whose gambling addiction was so fierce he used client money to fuel his habit, leading to his disbarment. In his current career, he's noticed today's desperate gambler looks and acts a lot different.
I have patients who gamble in the shower. I have patients who gamble before they get out of bed in the morning. I have patients who gamble while they are driving. There are no guardrails. We scientifically know the human brain, the risk-reward system for a young man, isn't fully formulated until you're 25.
Where are the young men getting the money to gamble like this?
I have patients, some of whom are college students, who have gambled federal student loan money. I have young patients who have gambled away inheritances.
Gambling for me, because I was a serious gambler, right? And I lost everything, right? And I remember being no, I know what I'm doing, but I can't control it.
Yeah.
If I had a pound, instead of using that pound for something, I'd rather go and see if I can flip it.
Yeah.
Or if I won like £1,000, I wouldn't feel happy. Even though this is £1,000, it's the chase, it's the adrenaline of like getting something and see. And I remember like there would be like a guy and I remember when I first started trying to take content seriously, a guy said to me, he goes, "I never want to see you in here again." He goes, "You are destined for greatness. Yeah, this will bring you down." Because think of it, he said to me, and he said this to me, because if you make £5 today, yeah, from your job, and you go and give me £5 that I haven't done anything for, this organization hasn't done anything for, yeah, what was the point of doing it? You might as well stay here. And one of the biggest things that taught me a lesson about gambling and how bad it is, yeah, was when I remember I just came out of the bookies, yeah, and then there was this guy that came up to me. And this is a guy you usually see people in the bookies, they become your quote unquote friends because you see them, right? Some people do online banking or online gambling, but I was actually going to the bookies, right? And I remember he came up to me and said, "Brother, please, have you got £10?" And I said, "Well, I just literally just won £150. I kind of need this, yeah." And he goes, "Bro, my wife just gave me money to get some Pampers for our child and some milk, and I've gambled it all. I don't know how to go back and tell her that I don't have the money no more." And I was just like, damn, like this is what it can do for you.
Yeah.
And then I think that leads you into the alcohol, and that leads you into a dark, dark place. Yeah. So being in that place, yeah, taught me so much about myself, but I always will stick by the fact that I think that is the worst addiction to have, because you know exactly what you're doing and can't stop it.
And you see
what gambling has become is big tobacco. And I'm not exaggerating that.
I'd also be willing to bet that a lot of this male loneliness epidemic, a lot of really lonely men, are the same people who are really invested into sports betting. And personally, I think it's just because it's all they know. It's like the one thing that they've held on to into adulthood that they watched throughout their entire life. They think they're super smart and they know everything about fucking sports and football because it's the only thing they've ever paid attention to. They don't read books. They don't do anything other than just sit and watch the same football games they've been watching their whole life. And I'm not trying to shame people for that hobby. It's the men who think they're so smart, they know everything about football. And truly, it's just an ego pissing contest to show each other how bright they are. And, oh, look, I know so much about this quarterback or that defense. Bro, that's the only thing you know about. It's literally the only thing you've invested any time or energy into since high school. So on top of it just being sad and pathetic, it's lonely men who are gambling like this.
In regards to this whole NBA match fixing gambling scandal that's happening right now, I think we just need to call a spade a spade. Gambling is crack, and a lot of men that love sports are the crackheads. And I don't say that lightly, and I don't say that as a joke, but what I'm like, gambling genuinely scares me. You know, you see people betting their whole life savings, borrowing from this person, taking out loans, giving this, that, and it's just completely crazy. I honestly don't believe that gambling should be such a huge industry as it is right now. Like, I actually think it's probably one of the biggest, probably should have said shit, but it is such a huge industry. There's so much money pouring into that every day. Even just the dopamine loop, if you think about it, how many sports matches are there every single day? There is so many. That is infinite opportunities to just continually put yourself into debt, continually just feel like you're chasing something that's never going to happen. Yeah, I reckon we should petition to just get rid of gambling, period. And I don't know, obviously that's not a realistic thing to say, but I feel like, I don't know, sports really takes advantage of the men. It's not sports itself, but it's just the ways in which sport has monetized itself so much. Obviously you have the merchandise, you have the tickets, you have the streaming platforms, but I feel like gambling has taken it to a whole new level to really extract the dollars out of people. I'm not just going to put this on men, but obviously it's predominantly men, but people that love sports. And I think something needs to change. Because as for me in my household, there is nobody that is going to be betting in my household. Thank you.
You cannot watch a sports program without being inundated with sports betting and all sorts of promos. They're trying to get you hooked. Gambling is incredibly addictive. I mean, there are people that have lost their lives and their jobs and their livelihood and their family because they couldn't stop gambling. And you're pumping this out to the young generation, to the young men. This is by design, folks. Society wants you to be a zombie. Because when you are a zombie and you are an addict, you are easy to control. This is just one of many addictions that is being pushed out there. The gambling is just the latest one that is the biggest one around the world. From Africa to America. It's bonkers in America. It's bonkers in Asia. It's becoming bonkers in Africa. Why? It's because they are trying to create a dependent society. And when you are an addict on gambling, you can't keep money. When you are gambling, right? When you are gambling, you don't know how to save. And when you don't know how to save, you're always going to be on the hamster wheel of chasing the next paycheck so that you can give it to the gambling companies. This is bad. Society is creating zombies, folks. That's gambling. Can we also talk about the sex addiction that is being created intentionally by society? The average 10-year-old boy today has seen more naked women and nudity than his ancestors combined. That is troubling. That is troubling. That is scary. Young men today globally are sex addicts. The reason OnlyFans is one of the biggest companies in America, the most profitable companies in America, is because of addiction. And this is all by design. You cannot go on social media anymore, even social media primarily, and just enjoy social media. No, it's always directly sexual or covertly sexual, but it's sexual nonetheless. Even the so-called self-improvement platforms, the Fresh and Fit, the Red Pill platforms, even there's this comedy guy now, Churdley. He used to make, I don't know if you guys know Churdley. I used to kind of watch his content some years back. Now he's just become a pseudo-sexual page. What the fuck is going on? He has become a pseudo-sexual page. If you go to Churdley's YouTube channel right now, for the past this year alone, there is an OnlyFans Instagram model girl in there. That's not what he used to do 2-3 years ago. He's adding to this problem. And it's always in some weird role play-ish type thing. This is what I'm talking about. Young men are being programmed to be addicts in this society, and it's scary. Very scary because it's intentional. Very scary. Another form of addiction that we need to talk about is porn. And I know it's kind of connected. It's connected to the sex addiction, but this is a unique one. We have a lot of men today who lack social skills. They don't know how to talk to women. They don't even know how to talk to men. They don't even know how to talk to people. They avoid social interactions. So all their interactions is going to be online. Their first sexual experience is going to be online. And you see a lot of men now, women too, but men particularly, gravitating towards this AI girlfriend space. What the hell is going on? Now you have companies making millions off the male loneliness and the male awkwardness epidemic. I have said this before, there's no such thing as a male loneliness epidemic. What we do have is a male awkwardness epidemic, a male antisocialness epidemic. That is what we have in society. We don't have a loneliness epidemic because most men, when they try to talk about loneliness, they are talking about their inability to actually connect with people and their inability to get women. It's not loneliness. You just don't know how to navigate social life. And because a lot of you don't know how to navigate social life, you hold on to these online talking points. Black pill, red pill, sigma, alpha. Shut the fuck up, all of you. I said what I said. You just lack social skills. You lack confidence. That's pretty much it. Hence, you're becoming more and more addicted to artificial intelligence and AI girlfriends and robots. I mean, I can't wait for the robots to become girls or whatever the fuck. Who talks like that's not normal? This is not normal. I've seen videos of men talking about, oh, I can't wait for the robots to be able to have kids. Who talks like that? That is not normal. That is antisocial. That is a terrible thing to say. That is a terrible thing to do. Go talk to women. A lot of men are so addicted to porn to the fact that they don't even want to talk to women anymore. And a lot of you like to hide under the pretense of, oh, well, I can't just deal with modern women. No, it's not that. You just are comfortable with jerking off. That's all it is. Society is creating zombies. Addicted zombies. What? We've talked about 4 addictions already in less than 7 minutes or in less than 8 minutes. This is the world we are living in. Now you have another form of addiction. We're addicted to social media. The young generation now can't go 10 minutes without touching their phone. Can't go 10 minutes without engaging on social media. So you're addicted to gambling, you're addicted to sex, you're addicted to social media, right? You're addicted to porn, amongst other things. Do you see how this makes you very, very easy to manipulate? Do you see? This is the world we are living in, especially for the men. Because a society where the men are weak, the society where the men cannot think critically and logically is a society that will collapse upon itself. In fact, the unique selling point of becoming a strong man is by being able to not have instant gratification, to have prolonged gratification. That is the future. Because we are living in a society where everybody is chasing the quick hits. Women are chasing the quick hits. Men are chasing the quick hits. They want it now. You're becoming addicts. This is the world we are living in. You have some people that are addicted to overspending. They are addicted to buying things. They're addicted to consumerism. Right? You need to have the latest shiny thing all the time. It doesn't matter whether you're in debt. It doesn't even matter if you can afford it or not. It doesn't matter. You want it now. As a result of that, you fuck up. You are easy to control. You become a slave to society. And guess what? When you're a slave, bam, they got you. They can control you. The amount of young people with credit card debts is insane to me. And it's not as if they are using this debt for something good. I took a loan to buy a car. I took a loan to buy this, to go to college. And what they studied is something shitty. You have a lot of people, a lot of men who are addicted to dating apps because it's low risk. You can't even talk to women anymore because all your brain has been so fried. You have a lot of men who are addicted to substances. I was shocked, beyond shocked actually, the number of men who are addicted to weed. Ganja, as they call it. It's beyond me. So we have a society of young men who are inundated with so many addictions, inflicted with so many addictions. It's all by design to keep you under the thumb of society. Because if I can make you an addict and you can't think for yourself, I can pay you a very crappy wage to keep you on the hamster wheel, and you're going to keep coming back because you can't keep your money, you can't think. It is the same thing over and over again. And this is the society we are living in, ladies and gentlemen. I need you, if you're watching this video and you're listening to this video, I need you to think, and I need you to wake up. Because the rest of the year is for you to reset yourself and to prepare for the coming years. Society wants you addicted. You have to fight it and not become a zombie. Thanks for watching.